Hello, everybody. This is John D. here again, and welcome to another episode of Godzilla and His Amazing Friends with audio commentary. Much like the previous episodes, I will be providing you with some trivia about the episode, as well as clarify some things that might have been missed when the episode was first uploaded. So let's dive in and let's get started. This episode today will be episode 6, entitled Double Trouble. And considering the feedback I got from this episode, as well as looking back on it now, I believe this episode sort of gave mixed reception amongst everyone, which I find a little weird because this is one of the episodes that begins to show my improvement in making these episodes, like how can I make it better and whatnot. But let's get into the episode to see where it goes from there, to show what it got. Now, the scene you're looking at right now, what's supposed to be going on is it is now sunset on Monster Island. The sun is setting, which, given how the sky is turning right now, and everything else is getting darker, that's supposed to imply that it's sunset, and the monsters are saying goodnight to one another before they all head off to bed, or go to sleep, since they're monsters. But I just wanted to sort of set that up and show the improvement of how my series is going by implementing time, something that is usually tricky because with time, the change in time, the atmosphere around you always changes colors too. So you can't just take a photo and say, oh, I can use that, just make it nighttime. No. Instead, you always have to change the background too, because if you also notice during that one sunset scene where Godzilla and his friends are now, you'll notice that it also got darker too, to sort of show that, it's getting close to nighttime. So I wanted to try and implement that here. One of the few updates in the series in which I tried to include. Also, the scene right there, the scene with Gudon and Twintail, the monsters of this episode that are fighting right now, those shots are actually recorded by my good friend Ultraman Kronos, whose name I will not divulge due per his requests usually. And so I just wanted to say thanks out to him because at the time I was not very good with green screen, and as a matter of fact, I didn't have any sort of green screen editing program here. So I asked him to help me. He recorded and he graciously provided me with those clips. So, yeah, Ultraman Kronos, if you're watching this, I just want to say thank you very much. It was very helpful for the episode, and if there's any way I could help you with any of your future projects, don't hesitate to ask, because I gladly will, now that you guys have been helping me out so much. Now, this scene right here, this is supposed to be Godzilla telling Gudon and Twintail to keep it down, or stop it, essentially, because, again, it's late, and everybody wants to go to sleep, and originally, this upcoming scene I couldn't put on YouTube for one particular moment. Why? Here it is. Now that scene you saw back there, that is actually a deleted scene. I did not put that on the YouTube uploaded version because at the time YouTube still had its 10-minute time limit on it, and because the episode was well over 11 minutes, I couldn't get away with posting like 10 minutes and 59 seconds video at the time. I just couldn't edit a way out of it. So the unfortunate thing is that I couldn't put that scene in, and yet it was one of supposed to be the stronger points of this episode, is Godzilla's frustration building over these two stubborn monsters who just won't listen to him and just go to sleep because it's keeping him up. But yeah, that was supposed to be the crowning moment of funny, to sort of take a joke out of TV tropes, and it was supposed to explain the whole emphasis of what the story was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a funny episode revolving around, like I said, Godzilla's building frustration that sometimes you just can't reason with some people. And as a result, we're seeing it right here. Godzilla is left to fight with these two monsters who just won't get along. Something else I should probably mention with Gudon and Twintail in these scenes here. Something I did want to take out of the Book of Ultraman, because I've noticed it happen on some occasions, was that usually when there's two monsters fighting who are supposed to be bitter enemies, they usually wind up teaming up and just fighting the main hero. My assumption for these sort of scenes is that they know Ultraman can kick their asses, and so they just go for him because he is standing in their personal business. Which, they're monsters. They're supposed to be the villains of the show, but I digress. It's a very unusual motive they take on. And I wanted to sort of make fun of that too by having Godzilla be put in that sort of situation. And unfortunately, I think it also sort of added to why this episode's feedback is not very well taken, because it just seems sudden on the part of Gudon and Twintail. Which I, again, am very shocked, because Ultraman does it so often, and yet they don't get that much flank, but when I did it, I just didn't get any sort of feedback at all. Something else I should probably mention too, this upcoming scene here with Twintail and Rodan, this is the first time I actually wanted to try and take Rodan and Anguirus' role in the series a little bit more seriously, because for the first few episodes they were just sort of, I didn't feel proud of how I treated them at the first few episodes, because I didn't really treat them too strongly or to the best of their abilities. So with this episode, I actually gave them the honor of killing Twintail, because, to sort of acknowledge that, they're still Godzilla's friends. They're always there to help him out when he needs the help, which he needed when Twintail assaulted him, which gave Godzilla the help he needed in killing Gudon. So, again, I just wanted to re-emphasize that Anguirus and Rodan are still doing their part as Godzilla's amazing friends. So, yeah, hopefully with Season 2, I can emphasize more on their friendship with Godzilla in the future. And yes, like I mentioned back there with Anguirus, Rodan, Twintail, Gudon, and everyone else, yes, these monsters are indeed dead. They were killed in battle. So they're not unconscious. Don't expect them to return, since the episode wasn't too popularly received. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't that popular with fans, I suppose. One more thing I should mention before I head out with this audio commentary is that this episode is actually the first episode of Godzilla and the Amazing Friends that was aired at G-Fest. And my prime objective with this goal was to have it done and submitted before G-Fest for the video contest. Because if you look back on some of my videos, I actually did record how the episode played out during the well, not the costume contest, the video contest, and you can see for yourself just how the audience took the episode. So, will I ever do something like this for a future G-Fest? Possibly. I just hope more people are aware about Ultraman's existence in the future when that happens. And so that's it for episode 6. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next month for episode 7. Later.